Hey guys, today we are finally doing the Armored Warfare video that I was talking so much about on my Facebook and on the streams, I think so. But anyway, never mind that. Before we get started, I want to announce that I am going to be giving away this tank, and I'm gonna be giving it away on the... let me check. I'm gonna be giving it away on the 19th and on the 20th this month. So look forward to that, I guess, if you want it. Now, if you don't have this game and you want to check it out, I have a link to it and my social media below. So if you want to keep up with my streams and everything else that's going on, you can check it out below. You can check out the game below. I highly recommend it because when I get frustrated with World of Tanks, I go pretty much play this game because the RNG is so much different, the gameplay is so much different, and like I usually say, the only similarity between World of Tanks and this game is the fucking tanks. Now a lot of people do compare it and blah blah, but I'm not gonna go too much into it because it's a whole different game. Anyway, before we get into the tank, I want to tell you about a tournament we have coming up. It's a Armored Warfare tournament that's gonna be held on the 28th for 1 week, and I'm gonna be streaming it for 1 week. So if you guys wanna sign up, or if you wanna check it out, also the link is below in the description. I'm gonna be streaming it with the help of the Divine Intervention gaming community. If you guys are looking for a gaming community, if you wanna talk, if you wanna have fun with the other people, you can check them out below again. The link is in the description, blah blah blah. And they're really cool guys, and I did not have the opportunity to play with them yet, but I think that's gonna be coming up pretty soon. So I'm gonna be looking forward to that. Now, finally, 2 minutes in, let's get into the tank. Now, I don't have this fancy schmancy intro that I have on my World of Tanks videos yet. I'm waiting for the free cam to work its way into the game, but anyway. The Chieftain Mk, one of the most sexiest tank in the world, I think. After the Challenger 2, my favorite tank. But yeah, I'm not gonna go into the stats of this tank like most people do because I just don't give two shits about it, the stats that is. I'm gonna put up some stats in the above window, there you go. If you care, I don't. I play Armored Warfare for fun, I'm not, whatever. What I am gonna talk about is the history because that's something I actually care about, and I really like doing my research on the tanks. But anyway, the Chieftain was a successor to the Centurion main battle tank, which was widely considered to be one of the most successful main battle tank designs. Now, the British wanted a tank to battle the Soviet IS-3s and the T-54s, T-55s. So they decided to combine the Conqueror heavy tank, which obviously, if you guys play World of Tanks and know something about it, it had the 120 millimeter gun, and they basically wanted to combine that huge epic gun with the maneuverability of the Centurion main battle tank. And obviously, what came out of this idea was the Chieftain. Now, the Chieftain did have a shit ton of designs, or rather, what do you call it, variants. And yeah, so let me just go over those because there's a lot of them. So the Chieftain Mark 1 it was basically just an introduction tank. They made 40 vehicles and they set them out to the RDR, which is the Royal Tank Regiment, for the troop trials. So basically they would give them feedback back on the tank, what's wrong, what blah blah, and then they would change it up. So the first service model was obviously the Chieftain Mark II with the 650 horsepower engine. Now, it was used a lot, the Chieftain Mark II, but obviously they made the Chieftain Mark III, and this goes on a lot. The Chieftain Mark III was basically It had extra equipment and new cupola turret, whatever you wanna call it. So yeah, then we slowly go to the Chieftain Mark V, which was the final production variant. It had upgrades to the engine and the NBC protection system, which stands for nuclear, biological and chemical protection. Basically, in an event of a chemical attack or nuclear attack, whatever, the tank would be protected. It would have like a... it would shut down the air supply to the tank so the crew doesn't get, you know, infected, I guess. Now, the Chieftains from Mark 6 to Mark 9 are basically just random upgrades. Among them are the Clansman radios and, well, some other things that I didn't really find out, sadly. Basically, the Chieftain Mark 10 was the one of the most important ones because it had the Steel Brew crew protection package installed on it. Which, what is Steel Brew? Well, it's a armor package, which means they just basically slapped on a more armor to the tank. It's basically composite armor. Basically, it was a steel titanium alloy mounted over the tank cast steel hull armor or turret structure with a thick layer of a special type of rubber in between as a sandwich. Now, obviously, I'm reading this out. So yeah, the Steel Brew armor was manufactured in England in the 1980s to, like I said, upgrade the Chieftain Mark 10, my Mark 9 into the Mark 10 as a part of the crew protection package, like I said. The tank, the Mark 9 was pretty much satisfactory with the Iranian forces. Oh, you don't want to get those mixed up. Iranian forces, the Iranian army, but a lot of them were actually destroyed by the artillery and the anti-tank ammunition that the Iraqi had. So the British army decided to make the Steel Brew armor. I hope I'm saying that right. So we move on to the Mark 11. It had basically a... well, they replaced the searchlight with a thermal observation and gunnery system, TOGS. TOGS, okay. It was made by Barr and Stroud, if anyone cares about that. Obviously, it was starting to move on into the modern era, and thermal observation obviously is going to be better than a searchlight. So then we have Mark 12, Mark 13. They obviously wanted to upgrade it more and more and more, but I guess there can't be too much of a good thing, so they decided to cancel it because they made, or rather, a new tank was introduced, Challenger 2. Yeah, so too bad, because the Chieftain was, like I said, it was a really good tank. It was considered one of the best tanks in the world at that time. It had the best gun, the best maneuverability, the best armor, basically best of everything. But yeah, as time progressed, obviously they made more technological breakthroughs and blah blah blah. The Challenger 2 appears. Now, obviously, in between that time there was the Challenger 1, but I'm not gonna go over it because Now, since we are on the subject of this tank and variants, I also want to mention the Chieftain 800 and 900. Basically, they were upgrades with the chop. This is really hard for me to pronounce, but it had the chop ham armor and a new powertrain, and 900 had both of those things, and the center fire control system. Basically, it was more accurate. Then obviously you have the other variants for the tank, which were for the AVRI, which means Armored Vehicle Royal Engineers, basically a bridge laying vehicle, a mine. There was the mine clearing vehicle, anti-air. Basically pretty much every tank thus far, I think, has like a few variants for different corps. So I know the Abrams has also the Titan. Or I know they gave him random nicknames, whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the history, I guess. This tank was in service actually in Iran, Jordan, Oman, United Kingdom, obviously, Kuwait, Iraq and Israel. Now the former four are not using them anymore. The ones that still use them are Iran, Jordan and Oman. Now obviously United Kingdom now uses Challengers too. But yeah, like I said, this tank was one of the best tanks in the world. It was considered one of the best tanks in the world by other nations. It was gorgeous looking, it was amazing, but the Challenger 2 took its place, sadly. Well, sadly for some people. But yeah, that was pretty much the Chieftain Mk 6. So yeah, guys, for the giveaway I'm gonna be streaming on the, like I said, 19th and 20th, so in a few days now. Check out my Facebook, I'm gonna put it up there, the schedule, what time, probably in the evening at 7 or 9, in between there. Now usually people tell you to go like their Facebook, go like their Twitter, go like their fucking MySpace, whatever the kids these days have. But anyway, yeah, I'm not gonna tell you to like all of those pages. You can show up and never return to my channel, I don't care. Because I want people to like and follow me that actually give two shits, not just because of a giveaway. So yeah, if you show up, you're eligible for a giveaway. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Again, go check out Divine Interventions below. Highly recommend it. I'm gonna be streaming their tournament, Armored Warfare tournament. I'm gonna be probably playing it too, or participating. I don't know yet. We're gonna see. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. It was a bit of a longer video than I would have hoped, but I really liked the history of this tank. So yeah, guys, also tell me if you actually liked this video, Armored Warfare. I'm gonna do more, but I want to hear you guys' feedback, like I said on the earlier videos. See you guys, thanks for watching. Cheers!